cold, wet, dark, damp. Did I mention cold? It's been awfully windy and very, very wet the last few days. So winter is truly upon us here. I hope you're well. I hope you've been keeping warm and dry. Today I'm going to be making some lovely necklaces with you. I've called them Angela. There's 2 different sizes of pearls, lots of lovely crystals, lots of lovely colours. I've used a little angel charm on these, so they can be quite festive, though you might want to wear a little angel all year round. If you don't want to add that charm on, you can wear these necklaces whenever you want. So it's a slight festive make, but it's versatile enough to not strictly be festive. So I'm going to say hello to you in the comments before I take you over to the website, and I will show you the colours that you can choose from today, and then we'll get making. It is a simple make, a nice make. In fact, they look like these. So you can see what we're doing today. Just a nice kind of collar effect, and as I say, if you want to include the charm or not, that's going to be in your kit as well. So let me say hello to you. Where are you all? Let me have a little look. Good morning to Rachel. She says it's very wet in Barrow. Good morning to Judith. How are you doing? Hello to lovely Jan. How are you? She says hello to me and the Beading family. Good morning to Jackie. How are you doing? Hello to Pauline. Good morning to Camille. She says lovely blue sky. Hope you've had a nice weekend. I did have a nice weekend, thank you. I went shopping on Saturday with my husband and my small boy. And I got spoiled, to be honest, because my husband was like, well, I'll get you something for your birthday. And I never feel quite right in clothes like I used to. And I don't really like shopping. And it was very, very busy. But yeah, it was nice. And then we had a little bit of something to eat. And then I went to visit my friends and had my annual festive catch up with them. So that was really lovely. Yesterday was spent not doing too much, to be honest. A little bit of work, watched a film. You know, it was nice. Thank you. I hope yours was as well, Camille. Good morning to Teresa. Good morning to Yolanda. She says, good morning. Happy Monday. Hello to you. Good morning to Elaine. She's saying hello to everybody. Denise is in as well, who's in Manchester. Jan says it's bright in Sudbury today. Oh, well, it's definitely not bright here. The sky is grey. Good morning to Lisa. She says good morning to me and everybody. Denise says it looks lovely. Thank you very much, Denise. Good morning to Iris. Hello to Facebook user who's in Sunderland. Good morning to Hannah. How are you? Hello to Carol. And oh dear, Jan says the link doesn't work. It takes you through to the snowflake earrings. When the lovely Lucy appears, I will ask her if she can send a link over to the warehouse and get that amended for me. Warehouse, if you're watching, can we just check the link, please? Is to today's Angela pearl necklace and not to Friday's snowflake earrings. Thank you for sharing all the snowflake earrings that you've done. I know a lot of you have been finding them a nice simple make to use up your sea bead stash because you don't need that many. And they all look very, very lovely. I love all the colours you've done in them. Good morning to Sharon. Camille says, I spent the weekend wrapping presents. I wrapped a couple which I needed to drop with my friends, but I've just got bags to the side of me. I don't think it'll take me very long, but we'll see. Good morning to Trish. I hope you're well. Okay, so I'm going to take you over to the website now, and the link will work if you go through on the website directly. Hello, Anne. How are you? So if you head over to totallybeads.co.uk, you can find our video tutorial section or the learn to make jewellery section, and that will take you through to all of our kits. Today is the Angela pearl necklace. And if I click in here, you will see our very lovely, lovely colours that we've got. Let me just pick this one up because I will show you them down on the mat as well, of course. So they are £7.99 today, or you can get 2 for £14, so a little bit of a discount for you if you want to get 2. If you do want to get 2, these colours will look beautiful together. If you want to mix those colours up, you can do that as well. And we've got a baby blue, a baby pink, an ecru, which is kind of like a... how would I describe that? It's not quite peach and it's not quite brown, but it's a very soft, beautiful colour. We've also got a lilac for you, we've got a silver grey, and we've got a teal. So they're all quite soft pastel colours aside from that teal, which is just, I don't know, I felt like we needed a little bit of a green colour. We've got pretty much something for everybody, I think, in there. So if you like your monochromes, you can head over into the silver grey. If you particularly like peaches and oranges, then I'd probably suggest the ecru for you. And if you're liking your blues, you've got your baby blue, your pink, your lilac, there you go. So I'll show you what is in your kit and you can have a little look. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be using some Tigertail, and it is basic bead stringing, but by using 2 lengths of the Tigertail, one longer than the other, all I'm going to be doing is bringing back through those larger pearls in that lovely little collar effect. Now you can change up the size of this. Obviously you're going to need quite a few of the 4mm pearls, so we've got plenty of those in your kit. You might have a few left over if you're wanting to make a bracelet or something else to match, or maybe some additional earrings. But what we're going to do is we're going to kind of make 9 sections of this. So if you want to make it smaller, you can do. If you want to make it larger, you can do. But I would work with an odd number because that's going to give you that central point to hang that lovely little angel off if you wish, when my mouse is working. There you go. So all I'm doing at the end is, once I've finished this collared necklace, I'm just going to be popping a little pin on with a little charm, and I think that adds to a nice kind of central focal point. However, if you don't want to add that angel charm on, you don't have to. You can have that without and it would look just as pretty. So they are your photographs of the lovely baby blue. You're going to get 2 sizes of your glass pearl round beads. You're getting your 4 and your 8mm. So your 8 is the larger ones here, and your 4s are also in the main body of that necklace, but also going around to kind of create that kind of collared, I wouldn't say a fringe effect, but those lovely little scalloped edges, there's the word I'm looking for. We've also got those crystal rondelles for you, which are 3x4mm, and they're just going to add an extra little bit of twinkle. Now when it comes to making that little angel pendant at the end, we're going to be using all 3 of those, so an 8, a 4 and a crystal. The crystal is just going to act as like a little halo, and you've got these lovely little angel wing charms as well. Of course you're getting all your findings, your jump rings, your lobster clasp, your culotte, your crimp beads, your head pin and your Tigertail wire. And if you want to see exactly what's in your kit, we've got these beautiful hint of blue crystal rondelles, and I'm using the Lagoon 8 and 4mm pearl beads, which are a gorgeous, gorgeous colour. And then we've got that lovely little metal heart winged bead as well. Now you don't have to make that into an angel. Again, if you wanted to just have that as a dangling charm, you can do. I would just place a little bead at the bottom of your pin. And I've just realised I'm going to have to find myself a little pin to demo that. I don't know if I've got one spare in my kit. So if you can hear me rummaging around in the background, that's what I'm doing. I'm not going to be able to demo without it for you, but it's a very straightforward little technique. As I say, I would just pop a little bead at the bottom just to make sure that it fits onto that pin. I wish I'd have thought that through. There we go. Just don't want to be rummaging around in bags. I've got one ready to go now. So this one is your gorgeous, gorgeous baby blue Angela pearl necklace. We've also got the pretty in pink. It's a lovely soft baby pink. I'd say it's a little bit sophisticated. It's very, very pretty. It's very, very feminine. It's very, very lovely. So again, everything you need in your kit. You've got your 4 and your 8 glass pearl rounds. You've got your crystal rondelles, which are your 3x4. And if you want to have a little look exactly what we're using, I'm using the pink AB in the crystals and the dusty pink in those pearl beads as well. So they are £7.99 for your kit today. You are getting lots in there because you're getting a lot of those 4mm pearls. This one is your ecru. So have a little look at the colour. I would say that that's quite true to what you're going to get. You can see how it looks if it's sitting kind of on the side. So you can see I'm going to be making those lovely scalloped edges run all the way pretty much around the neckline. Very, very pretty. And these are your colours. So we've got that light champagne, the ecru in the glass pearls, and your lovely little wing bead as well. So your drill hole in that one is going to run through the bottom here and out to the top. I've got the lovely lilac, which is a really beautiful colour. I'm going to just hover over so you can see these crystals, because the crystals look quite dark, and I think they do tie in really nicely. And I'll show you what is in your kit on that one. So your colourway, I'm using the lilac in the 8 and the 4s, and then the amethyst AB. It's this photo that looks really quite dark, I think, for me, but it is a lovely kind of purpley, amethysty hint of gold in that one. So that kit is your lilac, and we've got the silver grey, which I think is very seasonal. But I think, you know, these would look lovely with many different necklines. If you've got, you know, a festive dress, I think that would look nice. It would also look nice just with a little t-shirt, maybe a little scoop neck that you've got. You could even wear it, I suppose, with a polo neck jumper, whatever you like. So this one is your lovely silver grey. If I scroll down, you can see the colours in there. I'm using the clear AB crystal rondelles 3x4 in this one, and your silver grey pearls. So you'll have noticed by now that your pearls are the same colour, they're just different sizes, so it all ties in lovely. And lastly, we've got this gorgeous teal, kind of greeny colour, really, really lovely. Don't often wear, well, I say I don't often wear green jewellery. I have got some earrings and things, and I do tend to wear them quite a lot, so maybe I need to pick more greens out. So I've got the teal AB and your teal in your glass pearl rounds as well, looking lovely against the antique silver little winged heart. All your findings in your kit are going to be silver, so they will tie in with those little angel wings. So your little ball head pin, your lobster clasp, your culottes, crimp beads, and your jump rings are all going to be in your lovely silver as well. So let me know in the comments, out of all of those lovely colours, six, is that right? Yeah, 6 colours for you. Which do you like the best? And I'll show you them down on the mat as well now, so you can have a little look what they look like. Okay, so let me have a little scroll up. I think we've got some exciting things happening in the chat. When I find it, I'll just ignore it. So good morning to Sharon. Hello to you. Hello to Trish. Hello to Anne. Jan says she's put the tree up and found that the lights didn't work. Oh, Jan, is the tree already got the lights on, or did you put the lights on afterwards? Because top tip, I always check the lights work by plugging them in before I put them on the Christmas tree. And every year I get really pleased with myself, because the year before me has took the time when taking down the tree to just wrap the lights around. I usually use a card, but have seen, you know, those long tubs of crisps that you can get, that once you pop apparently can't stop. If you wrap it round there, and you can pop your plug in the top of the lid, and that keeps them all kind of stopping from tangling. I also do it with my little beads that hang on my tree as well. And every year I feel quite smug with myself and think I must do it this year, because it was the little things of slightly being organised last year that made me quite delighted. Good morning to Tracy. Hello to Sharon. She says she loves the necklace, very beautiful. Good morning to Joanne. She says it's cloudy today, but so far it's dry. Good morning to Shirley, who's watching in Florida. She has a very pretty necklace. Jan says they're beautiful. Hello to Robin. Joanne also says she likes the necklace. She's had something very similar when she was younger. Not going to respond to you, but thank you for joining us. Good morning to Kath. Good morning to Camille. If you are looking for any tools, anybody, then you check out our Totally Beads tool section. You can find lots of lovely things. Good morning to Camille. Good morning to Jan, good morning to Pauline. She says, such lovely colours to choose from. Good morning to Mina. I've not seen Lucy this morning, Mina, no. Could you do me a favour though, Mina, if possible? Could you send a little message over to the warehouse team and let them know that we think the link in the description might be sending people over to the snowflake tutorial instead of our Angela pearl necklaces. I think that's in the link on the YouTube, but don't worry, I'll get that amended for you as soon as we finish live. Good morning to Teresa. She says pink or silver. She can't decide. Camille says it's got to be the ecru. I thought you'd like that one. Yeah, I can see them, Joanne. I'm just ignoring them. Good morning to Tracy. She says a diamante spacer or flower spacer would look nice for the halo for the angel. Yeah, absolutely. I'm just using what's in the kit, but if you've got a little spacer bead, we've done a few different little angel charms. We used miracle beads for some of them as well, and I think we used a little bead cap for that, and that looked really lovely. Or did we actually use the diamante spacer? I'm not too sure. You could use whatever you like, and you could also add a different charm if you wanted to, so you can make that interchangeable and you can change that over depending on the season. Jan says she's had lights for 10 years and they've not done so bad. I hope you didn't put them all up on the tree before you realised. It's just such a effort, isn't it, getting it all ready. My issue is putting all the boxes back in the loft once we've got everything out. Iris says she's just spent a lovely weekend with her bestie cousin doing Birmingham and Stratford Christmas markets and loved the grey necklace best. I was really lucky actually, Iris. I went down, I was at the TV studio a couple of weeks back, and as we went to Stratford beforehand and they had the light switch on then, and it was just magical. It was really, really lovely. So I hope you had a lovely, lovely time. Good morning. Thank you, Mina. Thank you for that. Jan says she likes them all. Judith says she likes them all. Lisa's asking, what does the HX mean next to the teal colour? I'm not too sure. I think it might be just the code of the shade, I'm assuming, that we put on so the warehouse team know which particular ones that we're picking out. They do match. I will show you them down on the mat, but they match the colour of the 4mm perfectly. So it's a lovely, lovely match set. Thank you for that. I'm going to click on the link and hope it doesn't kick us out. If you're looking for the link today for today's make, we are totallybeads.co.uk/Facebook tutorials /Angela Pearl necklace. So you can click there and find it. Good morning to Angela. She says, looking forward to this one. Good morning to Mary. Oh, good. Jan says, no, she'd only just started putting the lights on the tree. Camille says, hubby is very good. He always checks the lights before we put them on. I do everything. Well, my husband puts them around the archway outside, so I'll give him his credit for that, but I do everything. It's all down to me. I've got a pop-up window which has appeared, so I'm struggling to see your comments at the minute. Good morning to Sheila. She says, good morning, everyone. Missed the last few weeks, spending some time in the sun away from the snow and rain. Where are you? Where are you, Sheila? Sunning yourself. Have a wonderful time. Put your suntan lotion on, though. Lisa is saying they're a gorgeous colour. Hello to Tutu. How are you? Not seen you for a little while. I've missed you. And Joanna's saying it's also her job, but then so are all the Christmas decorations. And Camille says, well, you get all the credit. Yeah. Well, I'll get the blame as well, don't I? Right, I'm going to take you down on the mat. We're going to get going because I've been chatting a little while and it won't take long, but it takes a little while to string. So I'm just going to show you the colours very, very quickly. We've got this lovely, lovely lilac one. If I can hold that up to the camera and get a little bit of focus, you can see those amethyst crystals in there, tying in really, really nice. So when you pop this on, your little scalloped edge is going to sit around your neckline and adding that little charm onto the bottom at the end. This one is your beautiful teal. Let's get that in shot. I think the colours look really lovely together. A little bit of shimmer in those crystals as well, just adding a little extra shine. Iris says she's having a really lazy morning and still in bed. She should get up and have a shower, but she's going to wait until I've finished. Have a cuppa while you're here, Iris. This colour is absolutely beautiful. This is the ecru. So if I can show you, there you go. It's like a very soft gold. Has got a tiny hint of more of a brown peach, I suppose. I don't know what it is, but I absolutely love it. I think it's gorgeous. And there's your little angel dangling off the bottom there. We've got the lovely silvery colour. I'll go through these quick. Love these. And love those little AB sparkles in those crystals as well. We've got the baby blue. Really gorgeous colour. You've kind of got like a steely kind of colour to this. I just make up words, don't I, describing colours. Mina says she loves all the colours. As I say, you don't have to add that on. If you want to have this as a non-festive make, or you don't want to add your angel on, you could pop your little angel as like a little bracelet charm or something, and wear it without. But I just think it looks nice having that little focal at the bottom. And the one I'm going to be demoing for you today is the lovely baby pink. Let me just untwist. There you go. Good morning, Sharon. Joanne says, "Ooh, pretty blue. They're all lovely, aren't they?" Hi, Julie. How are you? She says she loves all the colours. Camille says, "I see I'm rubbing off on her colour choices." Yeah, well, I always have to pop a pink in. I always love a blue myself. And then if I can add as many as possible, I will do. Tutu says she loves the angel on it. Well, this is why we've called it Angela. But a lovely all year round make. Okay, let's get going. Let's stop chatting. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to pop that over there out the way. I'm going to take 2 lengths of my tiger tail. I'm going to cut one at 50 centimetres and one at 70 centimetres. So I want one slightly longer than the other one, because that longer one is what I'm going to be adding my scalloped edge onto. So it doesn't matter which way round you attach them, but I'm going to start off by attaching them onto my culotte and then work around all the way to the centre. So as I say, I'm going to use about 9 kind of scalloped sections, and that's just going to ensure that I've got a central point in the middle, so a nice odd number. I also think that's kind of a little bit more appealing aesthetically when you use odd numbers, but this will make sure that you've got that central one if you want to add your little angel pendant onto it. So I'm going to pop my culotte on, and I'm putting both pieces of the tiger tail, the 50 and the 70 centimeters, through the culotte. I'm then going to add on my crimp bead. I'm going to double crimp, so that means I'm popping 2 crimp beads on. You can use a crimping tool, but I just tend to use my pliers. So stagger those ends if it's slightly easier to get that tiger tail through. And I'm just going to take my first crimp bead, so the second one I put on, I'm going to move that up to the end and just press it down so those pieces of tiger tail are held together. I'm going to slide up the next one, so the next crimp bead is sitting right next to the one I've just crimped, and I'm flattening that down as well, just a little bit of pressure. If you've got any bits at the end sticking out, you can give them a little trim if need be. Now I'm going to slide my culotte up and pinch it together with my fingers, just so I can see that those little eyelets are lined up nicely. And gently with my pliers, my chain nose, just going to put a little bit of pressure on it just to close that up. So this is kind of like a nice bead effect, and I can get my jump ring through that little hole. Thank you very much, Mina, for sorting that out. Joanne's asking, would these kits be delivered before Christmas, as I'm thinking of a few Christmas presents with these? I spoke to Simon this morning and he said he hopes that you all like them, because he's going to get them out to you as quickly as possible, so they should reach you in time for before Christmas, so you can do those last minute makes. So yes, Joanne, I know nothing in life is ever guaranteed, but I'm confident they will be. So I've got my 2 lengths of Tigertail. Obviously one is longer than the other. And then to start myself off, I'm just going to add some of my pearls and my crystals on to both of those pieces. So let me just cut open my strings. I've got gorgeous, gorgeous little crystals and 2 sizes of the pearl. Let's get the large pearls out as well. So I'm going to just start off by threading together. If I just pop that there, you can see. I'm going to start, sorry, let me just open all my strands. I tie a knot in the end of them so I don't lose them. So I'm just undoing that. So I'm going to pour a few out on my table. I'm going to start with a small 4mm pearl, and I'm going to pop that over the ends of both of my Tigertail pieces. So I'm going to bring them up together, and I'm going to slide my smaller pearl on first onto both ends of those Tigertail ends. I'm then going to add a crystal, a small pearl, I hope you can't hear, there's a car alarm going off outside. And then I'm going to add my large pearl, so my 8mm pearl, and they are going on to both pieces. So I'm going to slide them up, and then I'm just going to gently pull my Tigertail down so they sit together like so. So small pearl, crystal, small pearl, large. This is going to be kind of like the way I start it off. I'm now going to separate them out, and I'm just going to find which is the longer end. And on the longer end of my Tigertail, I'm going to add 12 of my pearls. So just onto the long side. You know, I've been enjoying having my nails long, but today I'm actually finding it a little bit difficult to pick up my beads and my pearls off my mat. So I think I might have to rethink that. Joanne says she can sort of hear it, but not enough to distract. It's distracting me. It's a very high-pitched sound. Yolanda says, Natalie, how long does it take to make each necklace? I've been chatting for quite a little while. It doesn't take very long, I would say maybe half an hour. It depends how quick you are, to be honest. It's taken me longer because of the long nails. So I'm just adding 12 onto the long side here. Then onto the smaller length, I'm going to add 1 crystal, 1 large 8mm pearl, 1 crystal, a small pearl, another crystal, an 8mm pearl, and a small crystal. So my pattern repeat on the smaller is always going to be crystal, large, crystal, small, crystal, large, crystal. And on the larger, longer length, it's going to be 12 of my small pearls. Now I'm going to bring them together by taking one of my 8mm pearls, the large pearl, and I'm going to bring that onto both ends of the tiger tail, and then I'm going to pull it up. And what happens is when I pull those strings of my tiger tail together, I create this little scallop shape. So I can just keep continuing to repeat that. So again, I'm going to find the longer length first. So I just run it through my fingers. I find which one is the longest length, and I'm going to add 12 pearls onto that one. And I'm just going to keep going with this. I can't pick anything up today. I wonder if I swap hands, will that make any difference? No, I think that'll be worse. Mina says, thank you. She even met Santa. So she said a 2-day Victoria market this weekend, then had lots of lovely comments and sold a few of Kitty's beaded baubles. She did a little happy dance as 2 ladies bought 2 each. That's lovely. It's, you know, when someone buys from a small business, the people who make the stuff are just happy dancing like Mina. Well done, my lovely. You know, it takes a lot to kind of not only sit and make and put your pieces together, but then have the confidence to think, you know, these are good enough. People will like these. I will, you know, share them with the world. So it does take a lot of, you know, effort and time and planning. So when you do get a sale, it's lovely. And when you do get, you know, I'm really lucky because I get to see people make things that I've put together, and there's not much of a better feeling, I don't think, than that. It's just really, really lovely when you see people wearing your stuff. Okay, so back to the top, I'm going to go for the crystal, large pearl, crystal, small pearl. Let's get some pearls out. Crystal again, large pearl, and a crystal. I'm then going to take both ends of my tiger tail. So obviously one's going to be longer than the other. So I'm going to just bring them both together. I'm going to take my large pearl, slide it on, and then I'm going to position it. So I'm just going to gently pull on my tiger tail ends, and that will make sure that there's no gaps in my pattern, and I'm on to my second of my little scalloped edge. I'll move that up out of the way. Mina says thank you, and they were amazed how long the beaded baubles took to make. Well, it was 2 hours for her. I can imagine. I think once you've got the hang of it, you're just probably on a roll, so to speak. But I do think they're quite time consuming. But they look beautiful and they're well worth the effort. So I'm adding 12 onto the longer length. Or I'm trying to. Joanne said, I was very lucky. My son's girlfriend fell in love with a wire wrap I had done. 2 days later, she bought it off me, and now her friends are wanting me to do them for them too. Happy days. Amazing. That's how it starts. I got a message yesterday, actually, off somebody who said, I've seen this pendant that you've made. Well, I've seen 2, wondering if they're still available. And I'm always curious to know, like, where do people find me and my makes? Because, you know, I don't don't advertise probably enough. I don't have a website or anything like that, just social media pages. And she said I'd made something for her friend. I'd made a ring and she loved it, and she's been checking out my work ever since. And she wanted something as a gift. She wanted 2 gifts, but she's thinking she might keep one for herself, which is just lovely. So people wearing your makes or, you know, modelling your stuff, it's the best advertisement you can get. I mean, I always gift loads of things to my mum, but she's my model. And if anyone ever says, oh, that's nice, she goes, oh, my Natalie made it for me. And then she sends them my way. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 on the longer. Don't worry if these tiger tail pieces kind of flip when you're putting them through the pearl. So you've got like the longer one on the top. You can readjust that as you place your bead on. Okay, so again we're going crystal, large pearl, crystal, small pearl, which is going to go in the center of your top row, crystal, large pearl and crystal. So your crystals are kind of every other one. Somebody switch that alarm off, please. And then I'm bringing both ends of the tiger tail back through the pearl. Oh, Tutu moved to Florida. Is that why I've not heard from you for a little while? I hope it went well for you, Tutu. I hope you've settled in well. So again, once I've popped that pearl on, the larger one, I just give it a little pull, and that will make sure that my pearl is sitting next to my crystal and my pearl at the top, and these are perfectly sized just to fit in between that scalloped edge. What else have I missed in the comments? Angela says, I'm having my nails done on Friday for the first time ever. I usually do my nails myself, but I have got myself booked in. I don't know. A lot of people say, oh, how do you work with them? But actually, if I'm wire wrapping, they don't get in the way. But picking up pearls today seems to be a bit of a challenge for me. Phoenix says, if you Google wire jewellery or wire wrap jewellery, your photos pop in amongst the others. Do they now? Okay, that's nice to know. I did, you know what was funny? I was watching YouTube the other night, and obviously it brings you things up, doesn't it, in suggested videos that and advertisements that it knows that you're interested in and that you regularly look at and things. And there was a sponsored advert under the video I was watching, and it was regarding buying jewellery kits and things. And my pendant was what they were used to advertise, and I was like, I made that. That's what my mum wears that now. I got that for my mum. So that was quite funny. But I am rock, scissors, paper. So if anyone is ever looking for my wire wrap jewellery and the bits that I make, you can find me on there. I'm on Facebook and I'm also on Instagram as well with rock, scissors, paper _crafts. So there you go, a little cheeky advert for myself there. But always, if you can, message me with the things that you've made. If you don't share it on the handmade group, at least let me see. I love seeing people's makes. And if you ever need any help or advice, then just holler. Right, okay, so I'm going to go and pour out some more on my crystals. Might have to speed up a little bit. Phoenix says my nails match the pearls. and everyone's hoping that you have a lovely lovely time and happy memories too in your new home. I know it's going to be a big difference from Hawaii for you. Angela says her order's in. Well, we named it after you, Angela, so I should hope so. I'm glad you like it. So I'm going crystal, large pearl, crystal, small pearl. It's the small pearls I'm struggling with. Maybe it's because I've got a fluffy mat. Oh, heck. Come on. There you go. Crystal. Large pearl. And a crystal. Bring them both together. So both my pieces of Tigertail through the large pearl. Phoenix says, I'm missing making grounders as I need the same area as I put my Christmas tree. I had to sort out this room so I could fit my Christmas tree in, Phoenix. But it's nice because now when I'm making, I get the festivities of the sparkly lights, which always make me happy. Is there only 11 beads on the first drop? Oh, don't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yes. Yes, there is, Angela, and there should be 12. I don't think it's going to matter so much, but obviously if you put the same amount on, they will be the same size all the way round. That's going to bother me. I mean, you know what I could do? I could just slide it down and I could cut off, and then I could just add that one there, move my Tigertail down. So it's not the end of the world, but I'm not gonna fix that. Thanks for putting that out. I mean, I don't know whether I'm gonna make all 9 pieces for you anyway. How many I've got here? 1, 2, 3, 4. So I might just make this really small. Oh bother. Phoenix says, has your son's naughty elf been putting jumping juice in your beads to make them escape? We do not have a naughty elf. I haven't got time for naughty elves. If he really asks why he hasn't got one, then we'll consider it. But at the moment, no. Trish says, just followed you on Instagram. Oh, thank you so much. I will give you the follow back. Tracy says, question, could I have one named after me, please, Natalie? Yes, Tracy, if we've not done one after you before, of course. Is there anything particular you'd like? Don't say a stitch beading project, Tracy, because you're likely to be waiting a while. Is there particular beads that you like? Is there a particular like make that you want? Is it a bracelet? Is it a necklace? Would you like a pair of earrings? Do you want it wire wrapped? You let me know and I will put you on my list. Absolutely no problem. Lisa says there's 10 on the second one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There is. Do you know, I put them in piles of 12 before we started, and I've obviously knocked them and moved them. I thought that'll save me counting live on camera. Oh, there you go. Well, it will sit much better in shape if you add 12 pearls onto each one, and if you add the same amount onto each one. Oh, do you know what? There's no point me counting, is there? I'm sitting here counting these. I might as well just random. I mean, what you can do is if you work in a mistake, I would do it with my wire. If I ever miss a wrap, then I just work that mistake in a few times afterwards, and then it becomes part of the design. So what have we got? 11, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I could do an 11, a 10, 2 12s, an 11, a 10, 2 12s. No, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to persevere. 6. I'm going to cut it up at the end. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to remake another one. Joanne says, I finally got to babysit my granddaughter on Saturday. Poor little one is teething. Sunday had very busy house, not so much crafting of any sort over the weekend. So it looks like I'm going to have to ban visitors for a couple of days so I can get jewellery presents made. I know, I'm in the same boat. I've got jewellery presents I need to make. I've got jewellery samples I need to make. I've got wire wrapping, paper wrapping, all sorts of things I need to do. Do you know what? I'll get it done when it gets done. Felix says it still looks lovely, Nat. Sometimes a mistake gives you something unexpected and just as lovely. Yeah, Judith said just do the same at the other end. You know what? Good shout, Judith. Yeah, I'll put 12 in between each one, and then when I come to the last two, I'll make them the same. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Oh, I've not really had much sleep, to be honest. It's my own fault because I keep thinking I'll get that done, I'll get this done, and then before I know it, it's time for bed, and I'm like, well, I'll just do this before I go. And I had to be up early again today for tennis for Frank, so I'm using lack of sleep and not enough coffee as my inability to count. I should just count live, shouldn't I? I just think you don't want to see. Camille always joins in when I'm counting. She counts along with me. Camille, where were you today? So crystal, large, crystal, small, crystal, large, crystal on the top row. Jan's just got some new fairy lights for a tree. Yay! Oh, you're not that behind schedule now, Jan, are you? They'll last you another 10 years, hopefully. Yeah. Phoenix says, do you know it's the 11th of December, only a few sleeps left? Oh, don't. Well, do, because I'm really excited. Tomorrow, I've got my little one's nativity at school, and he's a star. And I can't wait. He's been practicing his songs. And I've had to order him white tights, which is just hysterical. Because I don't have white tights for him. I had a t-shirt, but yeah, he's going to be a lovely little star. I might make this a little bit smaller just so I can show you how to attach onto your centre. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll do a couple more. As long as it's an odd number, it'll still do the same effect. Tracy says dream catcher earrings or a pendant would be nice, thank you. I have done some dream catcher pendants before. Don't want to do anything cultural appropriation wise because I'm not Native American, but maybe we could work something in a similar design, so it could be maybe like a spider web or a dream catcher type thing. Leave it with me, Tracy. I'll see what I can do. Phoenix says, oh, I was a star too many years ago. I wonder how long they will stay white and ladderless. Hope he has an amazing time and video it for him when he's older. I don't think he'll be wearing the tights again, Phoenix. So he's just got 2 performances and a dress rehearsal. So if he does get a ladder in it, I'm sure he'll be okay. He was a cow last year. Well, we weren't sure. He wasn't sure whether he was a cow or a ram, but he was very cute, whatever he was. Right, if I'm going to do the last 2, instead of putting 12 on, I will just put the 10 on. So we'll finish it as we started it. Put your 12 beads on the bottom. Use your 4mm and put 12 on the longer one. Top one is going to be a crystal, large pearl, crystal, small pearl. I'm going to find a little pile of these somewhere, aren't I? Which are I'm missing ones. Another crystal, large pearl, and a crystal. And then I'm bringing it through both. Phoenix said, always moving up in the world. Always moving up in the world. Oh, you see. I like it. I like it. Well done. Right, what did I start off with? Was that 11? Yeah. Put 12 on. Don't do what I do. Do as I say. Oh, thanks, Camille. She says, give us a heart or a thumbs up. You don't have to. I don't think I deserve it today. Rambling on and doing it wrong. You won't have me back. Well, this is technically, I think, our last Monday live before Christmas. I've got you on Friday. I'm going to be doing some beautiful little bracelets with you. And then I think we've broke up for Christmas then. I think the 15th is our last. Is that right? Yeah, it's the 11th today. So I will be in the holiday club if you're joining us for that. And then, then I think we're back on the, I have to double check the date. I'll let you know on Friday when we're back. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Gonna finish with one accidentally less. So now I've got a deliberately on purpose mistake there. So you want to make your edges, so you have 12 on each of the bottom ones, your repeated pattern around the inside, and ideally you want to do 9 sections of that scalloped edge, and then you've got your center one. If you're making it smaller, just continue to work with that odd number. Okay, so on my last one now, I'm going to go for a little crystal, large pearl, little crystal, small pearl, a little crystal, large pearl, and a little crystal. And then we're going to finish as we started. So we're going to bring both of our ends together. And I'm going to pop a pearl on. And then I'm going to pull it tight and just have a little fiddle to make sure that all of those are pushed up against each other, because that's going to give me my scalloped edge. Doesn't look quite right because obviously I've not got as many as I should. It will look like this. So I'm pushing them all down together, and I'm going to get my calotte and my crimp beads out. Lisa's asking, how do the Zoom lives happen? Do we get an email invite each day? I've not used Zoom before. I'm not sure how it works. When you have your kit ordered for the bundle, you will be sent the links. Yes, I assume you get your link each day, and then you can access that afterwards as well if you can't join us live. I will double check with the warehouse, but I'm pretty sure it's all very, very straightforward. They send me it as well, so I'll have it beforehand along with you. So I'll be with you on the 20th, 22nd and 23rd, that first week anyway. Good morning, Aliumai. How are you doing? Let me see what I've missed. Yeah, I did put 11 on the last one. I was just copying the same as my mistake at the beginning, Angela. I'm past caring now, Angela. It's going to look gorgeous anyway. I hope Meg's okay, Phoenix, and you take care of yourself. Camille's counting along. 2468. Who do we appreciate, Natalie? Thanks, Camille. Phoenix is saying she loves it. Joanna's saying, no, oh well, you guys deserve the break. You've all worked so hard to bring us tutorials, and also gives some of us a reason to get up as well as inspiration. Joanne, thank you so much. It's the same. It really is the same and reciprocated this way, you know, me having a job that I love, that I can get up of a morning and make beautiful things and share my time with all you lovely lot is just, I'm very, very blessed. So I'm very looking forward to having some time off with my family, and just being in the Christmas moment. But I am going to enjoy making with you in the holiday club if you can come and join us. And if not, it's only going to be a couple of weeks. You can still make all your makes. You can still share on the handmade group, and we can still have a chit chat on there. So don't worry. Right, once I put that pearl on, I'm going to put the small pearl on both. I'm going to put crystal onto both. So if it's easier at this point, you can cut your tiger tail ends so they're the same, because obviously you're still going to have one which is slightly longer than the other. So I'm then going to add my crystal on. I'm going to add another small pearl. In fact, I am going to trim that. Just makes it a little bit easier. Small pearl. And then I'm going to add my calotte. But before I pop my crimp bead down, I've just got to make sure the placement and the spacing of this is all correct and where it needs to be. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to pull on each end, and when I pull this, what was the smaller one, it's going to gather them up. So I would kind of curve it in the shape of the necklace that I want, and that's going to get my tension right. I'm then going to pop on my first crimp bead, so that's going to go over both. And I'm going to just give it a little pull again, just before I crush that crimp bead down, just to make sure that I'm happy with where everything's sitting and there's no gaps between those pearls and crystals and scalloped edges. So I'm giving a little push down, and then I'm going to add another one on, just to double crimp it, just to give us that little extra bit of support and security. So let that go right down to the last crimp bead and flatten that out. I'm then going to trim off the ends of my tiger tail, and again fold my calotte over, little bit of pressure just to kind of join that together. And now I'm going to add on my jump rings and my lobster clasp, and then make my little charm for the center. So I'm going to open up my jump rings by getting 2 pairs of pliers. Where are my other pliers? I'll just use these ones. So I'm opening them up, little twist, slide my lobster clasp on. So you're getting a 12mm lobster clasp in this kit. And close that back over. So just turning it away from me. Lovely little click. Making sure that's fully closed. And closing the other side. Might put a little extender chain or something onto this one. Now I've made it smaller. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to find my central. So if we were doing it properly, I'd have had 9 little scalloped edges, and I'm just going to work my way so I can identify what the central one is. I'm then going to take my pin out of my kit, And I'm going to take a large pearl. And then I'm going to put my angel wings on. Now, when I got the kit sent to me, I didn't get an extra one of these to demo with. So I'm going to use this one, which is similar but different. In fact, this one would fit. The one in your kit is going to fit much better because your wings are going to be wide enough to get around that 8mm pearl. But just for show, so you know how it works, I'm going to use this one that I've got in my stash. I'm then going to add the small pearl onto the top, which is going to represent my angel's little head. And then I'm going to add my crystal, which could be a little halo. Then I'm going to bend my pin at 90-degree angle right above that crystal. I'm going to trim off. So I'm going to leave about 1 centimetre of my pin. Sorry, I'm not even in shot there. I've held on to that while I've cut it so it doesn't fire away. I'm then going to take my round nose pliers and position that pin so it's nice and smooth. There's nothing sticking out. And I'm going to just give it a little rotate all the way around. So I've made that little loop on the top. Give it a little straighten if need be. It's not the best loop I've done. Just make sure that's fully closed. So your angel's going to look the same on both sides. You've got those lovely little patterned wings around that heart. And then all we're going to do is we're going to find that center. And if you've put 12 on, like you should have done, you should be able to fit that right in the middle. So you'll have 6 pearls on one side and 6 pearls on the other. That's why, as well as it all fitting well together, that's why we've used that number. Or should have done. So I'm just going to open up the little loop that I've made by giving it a little flip. Find the center and just hook it round. So what you can do is you can add the charm on if you wish to be festive. If you want to take it off, it's really straightforward enough to do. Once I've hooked that over the tiger tail and then just closing that down, and you've got your lovely little charm. I'll show you this one on your necklace like so. What have I missed? Phoenix says the tutorials continue in the Christmas Bundle Club, but she's got no space to make till after the tree is down, so she's not going to be about in the morning. You can always catch up at a later time if need be. Don't worry about that. Angela said, don't put the end on and do the loops after the live. Yeah, do you know, I like my version I've got. I'll keep this one for me. And I might add a little extender chain, or I might wear it as a proper choker and have it much higher up. Jan says, love this, can't wait to do these myself. Thank you so much, Jan. Judith says, thank you, it's been a fun tutorial. Sorry for my my unprofessionalness. It is Phoenix, I've got the best job in the world. And Rachel's wishing everyone a lovely time at the Christmas bundle. Thank you so much. That's really kind of you. We can find each other still on the handmade page. So if you aren't able to join us, please don't think that, you can't be a part of our festive fun. We're always going to be sharing what we've been making. You can share and see what other people have been making and just keep each other company over Christmas. What have I missed? Camille says thank you, and she's hoping everybody has a nice day. I'll read that one in a little bit. Tutu says the necklace and the colours are gorgeous. Mina says she thinks they'll be lovely for wedding jewellery in white. It would actually, yeah. Joanne's saying, I always make things look so easy. Then I'll get the kits through. I might try and also recreate the necklace once I had after making the presents first. Joanne, you can do anything. These makes today are particularly easy. As long as you can count, you'll be fine. Tracy says, thank you for an entertaining tutorial. Very diplomatic of you, Tracy, thank you. Iris says, beautiful. She's going to go for a shower now. Tutu says, beautiful. Lisa says, they're very pretty. And Phoenix saying it would make a stunning collar. Thank you so much. So our kits today for the Angela Pearl necklaces are £7.99. You can choose from baby blue, baby pink, ecru, lilac, silver grey, or teal. You can even get two for £14. So if you wanted to, you could mix those two colours up and maybe use the large pearls in one colour. Yeah, I think that'd be lovely. Joanne says counting is good. Right, I hope you all have a very, very lovely week. I'm going to be back with you on Friday. I'm going to be making some lovely bracelets. So please, if you can, come and join me then, and take care, everyone.